que siente no sirve para nada. Oye, tienes que cambiar, lucha porque no es tan mal, risa porque la vida te da, la angustia que siente no sirve para nada.
Check. Is this thing on? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Let's go, baby. This is our life. This is our chance to be amazing. Every single day you can correct something from yesterday. Keep pushing. Make it a little bit better. As you get older, you get better at it. Trust me, I know. I'm gaining age as I continue to go through this journey. Let's take a look at what's happening. God bless each and every one of you on this beautiful Friday. Thank you so much for your time. For your time makes up this show. Without your time, there is no show. Let's take a look and see what's happening to BTC. Looks like there's liquidity above us there to 60,000. Nothing crazy, but just might be a little bit of a grab up there. To anyone who went short late, might go grab those late shorts. So that's just the one thing we're seeing right off the bat on BOOKMAP. It's not 100%, but red's been pretty good recently, so we'll see. Says we're going to go hit up the red and take them out, but only time will tell. Watching DYDX, it's in this tight channel, looking interesting. Decentralized exchanges, Aave, a lot of big movement going on, a lot of talk on the town here. So I don't know, this could boost DXDY, just something to watch. Maybe it turns around and takes a massive dump. You never know. All coins have been extremely volatile. That's why I had to say that. You know, you just never know. But for the most part, it looks better than most. 21 above the 200 getting chunky. Just something to think about. Who knows? I thought it'd be nice to put it out there. Maybe it's a bad. Who knows? Maybe it dumps and it makes me look dumb. I don't know. I hope nothing makes me look dumb, but you never know. Shouldn't talk like that. Don't talk like that. So look what's happening to Bitcoin. I see us in this symmetrical triangle on the 1 hour time frame. Looking like we're likely going in. These mainly break to the downside. However, I like the tweezer bottom on the 1 hour. There's a bit of a chance here we can go up, maybe even just a little bit more. You could look at it in a couple ways. I see this kind of double bottom, and it's almost, look, an inverted head and shoulders. See that? And that should break to the upside and get us to the 200 moving average. You look at the 15-minute. We kind of went to the 200. You see this? And got rejected, but it doesn't look too bad. We're kind of curving. I do see us in a range, though. We've been kind of stuck in this range. Looks like we may get tight. So we'll break it down again. We'll see a little bit of movement here to the upside. I did see right now the model on the 1 minute time frame, which to me looks bullish. So let's trade this. Let's make a couple clicks here. Yep. And we're in. So I was in this trade here right when the 21 comes in. We got a little bit of a green move. Very risky on a Friday. I'm likely to lose it. So I would never, duplicate anything you see somebody do on YouTube. Okay. High risk trade. I know my risk and all that. You got to understand what you're doing too. If it fits your parameters, it's not a big deal. It's like floating around $53. We'll see. So I would like to see the model play out. It looks a bit ambiguous on the bigger time frames, So I just wanted to put that out there. I do see the model on the smaller time frames. We already kind of got a pump there. 15-minute a little far for the 21. 5-minute a little far from the 21 too as well. If we get the pump, it looks like it might take a little longer, or it might just kind of struggle. 1 hour candle, did open the right way at 10 o'clock with a little bit of a dumpage, but, we want to see if it can come back and create a wick here. It also might be the right shoulder, and it might also dump the 1 minute. You see what I'm saying? So, and then it's really a short to the downside. So we'll see what happens here. I trade the model blindly, usually not on a Friday. We'll see. It's some action here for some summer action. So that's what I see. I see a symmetrical triangle on the 1 hour time frame. They're known to be 50-50. That's really what it is. You take a shot, you have a 50%, you know what I mean? It's less light, you have 50% chance. And I find it's more like 60 to 80% chance it dumps. I see this specific type of pattern dump more than it bumps. When I first got into crypto, it was a 50%, like on a good bullish time, or you know what I mean? And even when things are really good, we kind of would pump from it. But then like about 2 years ago, like I remember watching one dump. A couple weeks later, dump. And I'm telling you right now, the last 100 of these, I'd say 95 of them have dumped. But you never know. In crypto, man, if enough people short today, they're going to go get them. This is a bit of a double bottom here. See what the 45, the 30-minute. Yeah, I want to see if there's a gap to the 200 on any of these time frames. So, I don't know. Tightness right there. Anyway, let's look at the bigger time frame. See what yesterday's dump did to Bitcoin. See where we're at. Differentiate. Look at some BTC pairs. Find out if there's any altcoins that are battling against Bitcoin. Just kind of space out the market here for a split second. So we have this still kind of brewing in my mind. It's kind of almost leaving the channel. Like, once you lose the 45, like, you can start making it real wide. But, and another creepy thing is, like, if this is the shoulder, head and shoulder that I'm looking at, it's almost, to me, like, you're starting to break the neckline of the head and shoulder on the monthly. That's a very bearish sign to me. You're either approaching the absolute bottom or you're beginning something bigger. I mean, to go light, you could say, okay, we're just going to get this. And even if you just get that, it's 33. If you get the real deal, Holyfield, like, that is it's almost it's $10,000 Bitcoin. It's almost collapse of Bitcoin completely. If Michael Saylor collapses, strategy collapses, to be honest, he was the one kind of pushing it on so many different institutions. Still, there's a lot of people that still buy Bitcoin in big numbers. You're looking at Strive, right? Asset and right, Vivek Ramaswamy's company. They buy it in bulk too as well. It's not just Michael Saylor. Is he going to go down? I think that's FUD. I don't want to, you know what I mean? But that's kind of the talk of the town, and that's kind of cool. Why is that cool? People why is Sam saying that? Well, I'm saying it's cool because that's the kind of headlines you want to hear when you're near bottoms. At the top, you don't hear stuff like that. When Bitcoin's ripping at the top and it's not time to buy, you're going to hear how great it is and how awesome Saylor is and how he's the smartest man on earth. When Bitcoin is, in the dumps and the best time to buy, you're going to hear how he's, the worst, going to prison, everything sucks. So look, there's still a chance here this bounces. Kind of an Adam and Eve double top. You see how it has this rounded? Oh, man. See, right now we're battling this candle kind of against me on the 5-minute. Wonder if I bail with there, a little pump. Little bitty, my wife's favorite song. Little bitty in a big old city. Anyway, can we continue? Let's see here. All right. Trading live on Weeks. If you want to jump on in, you can. It's up to you. You know what I mean? Completely up to you. Let me know. All right. Shout out to Sean. Sean, I love you, man. Hope everything's going well with you and the crew. God bless you, Sean. Sean's amazing. All right. Let me pop up the chat and see how many people are out here. God bless you guys on a Friday. Billionaire Brawlers model, Sammy Sauce. It is, man. Coffee servant. I don't know. Yeah, investors are leaving Strategy. It seems inevitable. So many forces working against Saylor. They will get them. I don't know. I read in this, deep, dark report that BlackRock was trying to liquidate them and they would do anything they could to take them out. Who knows if that... I'm just, it's kind of fun folklore, finance folklore behind the scenes. If this candle can rip and close above this top here, we have ourselves a chance. If we can close above this, we have ourselves a chance to come to this wick. It's very high risk. That candle closed like indecision doji style. And now this candle's opening with no bottom wick, which is usually not a great sign. Like, they come right back down, turn into a dumb, yikes. Now we got to wait 43 seconds. That got to close green. We'll see. The bottle on the 1 minute candles. Oh, no. See, you don't want to... it's not the best to open green like that. Let's see, though. Let's see if the buyers can step in and clean this mess up. We need a lot of buyers to just... Oh, see, there it goes. Up, there we go. We made it a bottom wick, at least. Now we can go. Now, that's a good sign. Up. Living in the dark side. Up. This is crazy volatility. 12 seconds till candle close. I want to see it. I'd like to see it close here. We just need to close. I like to see bodies above each other. Oh, my goodness. 4, 3, 2. Wow. Even Steven. This one closed with a gap down. Hold up. No. That's ugly. Let's see here. Kept us tight. Kept us tight in the range. But that was ugly sauce, what just happened there. No. It looks so, you know what I mean? That's why candles are so insane, man. Still could be kind of an inverted head and shoulder in a way if that can hold its own. We'll see. I'm just basically trading the model 21 above the 200. Not in love with it right now. Giving me the heebie-jeebies here. Got to get a candle to close above these two right here, in my humble opinion. We wicked twice, didn't get it. Above 60,050, really. Or otherwise, we're feeling, you can like feel the suppression. It's almost like, you know, a balloon that can't float up into the air. Something's just not letting it. Like another candle close wicking, you see? Just like grabbing air, but not able to clench. Yeah, come on, man. Now you got to figure like it's going to do some baloney. Tight. Let's get back to the bigger time frame. Watching that 1 minute can make you sick. All right. It's like sitting on, you know, oh, there we go. Second I pull away, and that's how, the second I look at it, it dumps. Every time I look away, now it's kind of like the double slit theory. I think I'm going to look away. And I'm not going to look at it. We'll come back in a second. So monthly doesn't look great. I mean, it's going to close another bearish candle. I just wanted to see it wick back up and hang out. I mean, very bearish down here. Very oversold. Very low on the RSI. I think it's the lowest, you know, we're basically, let's see. We've been a little lower, so we can get to 40. We're at like 41. You know, but dang, man. I mean, we're basically approaching the absolute lows of Bitcoin ever. Like, funny, I hit the 777 somehow there. I don't know how. Anyway, so let's go to the 2 week. 2 week. So I'm starting to see that head and shoulder to me that wants to dump to the 200 moving average. You know, it's calling my name there. Like, and I've seen this setup before. Boom, we just dump. Puts Bitcoin back to 43K. Really annihilates anybody who thought they called along. Looking away FX price because the most valuable thing in the market is attention. Lab might have a solid dump. Oh, so they pumped it and dumped it on me. So if I looked away, they did close us above the key area. Then they dump and pump the next candle too. Like, wow. Don't want to be affected by that. Not gonna let it mess with me. Lab might have a solid. Sol is running it to the moon. What happened to Sol? Monthly isn't over. Man, Sol, people realize actually has, you know, that bank tapped it. I told you, I gave it the news like 3 days ago. It got tapped by a bank. You know what I mean? And people realized it was more than just a pump.fun coin. People realized it was a solid chain that can actually be used in the future of finance. Solana is amazing. I keep 1,000 Sol because I believe Sol is going to do something big. And that hold I'm going to have on Solana is going to pay me big. You know, 3 to 4 or 5 years from now at the very most. I truly be able to sell Sol for a massive amount of money. But that's me. All right. And that's my idea. And maybe I'm wrong. And I'll be okay with it. Whatever happens. Shoulder, head, right shoulder here on the weekly. But it looks like in 2 days and 10 hours, we're going to close below the 200 moving average. And again, that's an opportunity of a lifetime for Bitcoin. Historically, this is our first candle close below it. We then would flirt with it. And we would stay, below it from basically around the same time, June 13th. This is creepy, right? It's like 2 weeks before, but June 13th. And we would eventually get officially out of it in October. And that's kind of how the bear market runs. You know what I mean? It makes sense. And that's why I hit this. We did shift, remember? And we went over the way here to like the bottom and the top. 378 days from the exact top to bottom. You see that? So same idea here when I went from the top. And it's kind of crazy because it seems like yesterday, right? And if you give it like 398 days, I was given 396, 392. You know, you get like November 1st, November 2nd, somewhere between October 19th. And to me, that's going to be the bottom. Now, whether we kind of fish back up here and make some type of inverted, this is what I'm looking for. See what I'm saying? This is what I'm like projecting to see. Or we go lower and do it kind of here. You know what I mean? In my mind, this is just the greatest price action you'll ever get for Bitcoin. It's a gift right now to buy between $40,000 and $50,000. So yeah, it's funny. Strategy, Michael Saylor for the first time yesterday didn't tweet. Didn't see him say a word. He was very quiet, right? Saylor's probably loading up with a ton more Bitcoin. Saylor buys more Bitcoin. Yes, Sammy is never wrong. I don't know about that, man. I've been wrong many times in my life. Yeah. So I don't know. I wouldn't want to say that. I've taken a beating, and I've learned a lesson. I've been wrong, you know, and I know I will be wrong. See, I finally realized that success wasn't about being right. See, I thought success when I was struggling was being right all the time. No, it's handling being wrong most of the time in such a better manner than most. That's what success is. You know what I mean? So look, this looks like we could, I mean, that's a head and shoulder pattern. And yeah, it could easily come back up and rip. And if it does that, you know, and the same thing I said the other day on that daily. Remember I said it's a good hedge short. And I said you hedge yourself short. Stop above like these two wicks, above that wick if you'd like. You know, we can sell 3/4. We could take partials at half. And if it starts to rip back to the upside, we trade the model. Wow, look at the volatility. So they gave me the gains. I wasn't paying attention. I was up pretty nice at one point, I guess. Wow, look at that. That's ugly. That's like price action that just makes you wanna, like, look at that. That's so weird. It's like it's a bit of a mess, no? That is a mess. See if it can kind of keep structure, but man, wow. I must have been up. Let's see. I mean, I can test it. I like to test it, but yeah, it was up about 228. I mean, you know. Look, you can have two take profits. Wow, that price action looks like a double top now. You see it? I mean, people are going to short that. Imagine if that becomes a liquidity run. But that is cat ears, which a lot of times breaks to the downside. This is getting crazy. Low stochastics with a curve on the trend, but no. That's cat ears. That tells me to get out. Dang. Tough decision to make now. Do I get myself out to save? You know, only losing 16 bucks is great. Do I keep faith that the model... To me, the model was right there. It didn't play out. You know what I'm saying? Small losses, big wins. Right now, I can control a very small loss. I just don't want to, like, counter... I don't want to, like, have to get back in again either. It's annoying. See, in 1 second, this candle will close. Strangely closed, like, I'd say bearish. Yeah, now they're coming for me. It's cat ears, man. It should be shorted. I'm out. I'm out. If it pumps, so be it. Cut a small loss, guys. Dang, like, look, it turned into cat ears. Did it not? And you got to be able to read the market. And, like, if you saw cat ears in the 4 hour and you just stayed in the trade, like, what would that mean? Like, you don't, you know, that's probably coming back to this 200 moving average. Anyway, let's get back to the top-down analysis. That stinks, man. But whatever. I didn't take a beat down. So the 5-day chart's telling me, just like the other day when the daily was there, that I got to take a shot on that short. Personally don't want to, and there is some divergence. There's some reasons why it would tell me that it could be a high-risk short. But there's a lot of liquidity. Bitcoin is kind of losing steam here. And the sentiment could alone just kind of crumble us down and be just what we need to liquidate a vast majority of people down here. So People that thought they got these long-term, like a lot of people went long here and they're still long probably with a bunch of stop losses. You know what I mean? You can only trade what you see. Exactly. I saw cat ears, man. If that pumps, so be it. We'll see what happens. Territory of the couple super long, super short. I guess I don't even know. It feels like I'm trading Shibi Udu. Yeah. Well done. Always lose money holding trades even after my strategy didn't play out. Shame live trading must be so difficult. Thanks for sharing, bro. Plus, you get weirdo comments to deal with. Yeah, I don't really look at them anymore. I just see the good people, man. No, but that's cat ears, man. Look at that thing go. You would have saw me take like a $400 or $500 loss. There's no need for that. All right. So look, the 3-day also is telling me it's a head and shoulder pattern. It's and again, the right part of the shoulder, remember, as we went over, is a descending triangle. That also looks bearish. That also has a measured move, right? So a lot keeps pointing down here to this $44,400 area. 44.4. I have not bull posted excited yet. Top is not in. You're funny. Best strategy I've ever implemented. The top is not in yet. I love it. This is just a pullback. This is no bear market. Sam is the trader for the people for sure. Not sure why anybody needs to hate on proven wins and losses like everyone else. Just wins better. Hey, it's all good, man. A lot of good people, man. I don't, yeah. Once you get to a point of hate, you've done something with your life. Remember that. You can't be hated on if you haven't done a dang thing, so. Even on the one now where there's a shoulder, head, or shoulder. Yeah, exactly. The daily looks treacherous, too. I mean, you know what I mean? It's fight. I mean, it is fighting, and it has a bull div. That's the thing. Getting oversold, a bull div. This does swing up. That's the most oversold I've ever seen the daily in its life. If you go by the divergence and the RSI, it tells you that that's a long right there, and we're gonna run it up off the divergence, and we're gonna run it up high body ball. We're gonna, you know what I mean? But yeah, every now and 3 different accounts liking it. That's got to be my man Chris. He's the guy that says that every time. There it is. Chris goes 777s. God bless you in the house, Mr. G. Just wrote a car saying his vaccine sticker with 333 in the number. My man. That's crazy too, that whole thing, man. Depending on where you live. Different rules in different states for the car. I like Florida. You just every 2 years you get your plate registered. Your plate goes on the car. You know what I mean? It's a different process than it is in Massachusetts. So like, see how that swings down, but this swings up. I mean, that's a bullish divergence. But in times of extreme bullishness, you'll just get a little bit of a move up, but usually get some type of move up, right? Look at the cat ears playing out absolutely perfectly. That would have been a great short, right, if I just waited. But it did look nice right there, and I was up 200. Didn't see it, but thank gosh I came back to the trade long back at, you know what I mean? Look, that would have been a 4. I'd be down 380 now, 390 even maybe. So I found Sammy Channel on Bitcoin 548 after Japanese carry trade. He had thousands of viewers that night. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Thank you. No, this thing, this channel, it's strong and it's amazing. And I'm so blessed with all the awesome people here, man. I never thought, even on a Friday, man. Even on a Friday, so. And thank you to Google and YouTube, man. I appreciate you guys. I've been streaming every single day for thousands of days. I hope that algorithm picks up. Maybe someone in the office sees it and says, hey, man, this guy is one of the greatest YouTube employees we've ever had. You know what I mean? I work for YouTube technically, if you think about it, right? So, and I appreciate it. No profanity. We keep it clean. You know, we represent. And, yeah, we do the best we can to create a beautiful family-friendly show here every single day. So, isn't it better for confirmation of bullish divergence by waiting for the daily next to close green? 100% to wait for that daily to close green. 100%. Yeah, I like your style. You sometimes might miss it if it rips like this. That's the only thing. I front run it if it's past like half, you know, maybe a third of the candle to the left. I'm starting to make some rules that way. I have to kind of play with that too, because I've only been doing that like what I think about 2 years now. So Yeah, man, that coin just keeps ripping. Let's take a look at where it is today. 71. I got it at 37. It's kind of like the world's best stable coin right now that pumps every 3 weeks. It's awesome. I don't know what's happening to it, but I'm up almost double. And it continues to kind of hold its own. Every time it gets tight. We'll see what happens. I have no clue what's going on there. So I do disclose I own some. We'll see what happens. You know. Hey, Sam, can you take a look at ETH? We'll take a look at Ethereum. The people here for the next few months will be forever grateful for Sam streams in a year or two. I think a long time, from now. And that's what I got to keep telling myself. I got to put in the work now. And things, I'll see the fruition of my work later on in my life. And some days are tough. And you got to tell yourself you just got to keep grinding no matter what. That's what I'm learning the most about my channel and this world and trading in general. That you don't always win every time. You don't always get what you thought you would deserve. It doesn't always work out exactly as planned. But if you keep digging, you keep pushing, years from now, you'll wake up and see the fruition of your hard work. You really will. If you really work hard and if you really dedicate yourself to something, no BS, all the way, 100% dedication. Like you can look yourself in the mirror and say, yes, I put my all into this. Like if you have a family and you put your all, like if you love your wife, you put your all into your relationship. If you love your kids, you put your all into them. And if you have a YouTube channel and you put your all as much as you put into your family, and you know what I mean? Again, God, kids, and your wife, man. Look at this, dude. $200 super chat. Are you out of your mind? This is crazy, and I didn't even see it yet. I'm so sorry if you know what I mean? I didn't see the announcement there. $200 from Bitcoin Bill. You're the most consistent. Rainer Sean, thank you for what you do. God bless you, man. I don't know. What do I do to deserve such kind behavior from these beautiful people? Mark is giving 10 memberships as well, which you do almost tirelessly. God bless you both. You're both amazing people. Thank you so much. Yeah. Oh, it just came in. Okay, I wanted to make sure I didn't miss it. I think I got the notifications turned off because I didn't hear it. I didn't hear dang, Tip ticker damage alert box. We'll see. I'll have to look at that later on. But it did go across the screen, right? Did I not see it? Did we at least get the notification? Can you send another 200 just so we can double check? I'm just playing around. People get mad. What on? Take a joke, all right? Hey. Sam is no more every stream. I see. Don't even have. Yeah. God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Marcus from downtown, all the way from downtown, right? Remember? Steph Curry, all the way from downtown. So the daily looks like it could get a bounce. I would look for this to turn slightly green, even a little bit. Even an indecision doji is good enough for some type of possible reversal. So that has me watching closely. But the bigger time frames tell me to head short because you got a head and shoulder there. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. And I can see it on the 3-day, the 5-day. It kind of carries through. Again, very oversold on the 12-hour. The 8-hour looks just messy. And this is when I get even tighter here on this. So the bigger time frame and then the smaller time frames are either like in this falling wedge that can break out. You see this? Definitely a falling wedge. But to me, it's also got this. See, if you pull this, it's also got another like descending triangle vibe. Showing like, it's a lower high. Like it just, so. 4-hour attempting to dig into a double bottom. Look at that. Which kind of also looks similar to a descender. So here's the question. Do you long here like a mad dog? All right. And do you ape into what could be a greatest bottom call ever? Or do they come and they might even, I've seen it so many times, they'll inch it just past this wick right here. And then they'll rip it. You know what I mean? It's been vicious out here. You got to be almost perfect to nail it. That's what I've been seeing. Or you have to be really defensive, like I've been. I trade my model and I have to be hyper defensive. And that's the only way I've been seeing to survive out here. Otherwise, it's vicious. So, and this brings us back to where I started, right? So you can see, like, it doesn't look I don't see, get up. Sorry. I don't see bullishness here. I can see how there could be, it's, daily. Tough market, man. Summer trading can be really, even on me, even as an analyst, it could just be tougher than normal. But that's why we're built tough. Like 4. It's so corny, man. Commercials are just horrible that they ingrained in our minds. Like, hope you and the fam are doing well. Can you look into SpaceX for me, please? Open a short on Sol. Okay. So, I mean, see how we hit the top here? Now it could be head, shoulder, right shoulder. And so we just come back to this idea that we're in a symmetrical triangle that can go either way, man. And I'm okay with this being, you know, so if you're short and you lose, you have to be okay with it. If you're long and you lose, you have to be okay with it. It's a symmetrical triangle. Anything could happen. A little curve of the 21. You know, a little bit of double bottom on the 4 hour. There's, you know what I mean? There's some clues. The daily has that bullish div. But it's tough, man. You go down to 56, you pump back up to 62. And then you look at liquidity. And it says, hey, we go back up again. Oh, it's got you low. It's got some red down all the way to 57.5, though. But the closest red is above us. Well, look at that. I mean, it could go either way, and it's a little deeper down there. So, but the fattest red is right there at 60,006. It almost says it will rip up to 60,006 and then dump down to 57. That's kind of what I see happen. That's what I'm reading. I could be completely wrong. I got a short it at 62 with a stop loss at 56. I take profit at 60. I got a short in at 62 with a stop loss. That wouldn't make sense. Your stop loss will be higher than your in on a short. Yeah. Sounds like you got a long. I got a long at 57. Stop loss and take profit. Something's I think you're writing this right, but I'm reading it wrong, or you're writing it wrong and I'm reading it wrong. I'm reading it right. It doesn't read right. A short end is 62 with a stop loss of 56. Stop loss would be at like 62.50 or 63, and the take, I think he means to take profit at 60. No, his take profit's at 56. His stop loss. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Your stop loss would have to be behind your entry on a short. I think you mean 66. I'll just think you meant to write 66 there. That makes more sense to me. And a long at 57. And now you're just saying whatever, but you know, we missed the stop loss there, but to take profit at 70. People just don't know how to trade it. It's tougher than normal, but there is potential. There's a lot of volatility recently, which gives us the ability to trade. So, hey, we got to take advantage of that and be happy that that's there. I've been in markets that are flat for weeks too. So, I said it backwards, but you're smart enough. Thank you. Yeah. 5-minute cup and handle. Let's take a look. So 15-minute, trying to catch that 21 pump off the 21. That can be a nice little catalyst sometimes. Bit of a double bottom with a higher low. You know what I mean? Reach for the stars up to 62,871. 7-minute bouncing. I see there's the 5-minute cup and handle my man's talking about. Looks like it could launch a little bit right there to the upside. Then we're back kind of holding the 200 moving average on the 1 minute. Could you make some type of giant inverted head and shoulder there? And ready, so a nice pump, bounce back to the 200. I watch every day, and I haven't heard you mention the bot really this year. Are you no longer using it? I got really aggressive with it. It got underwater, and then I had to lower the liquidation to like 23,000. It's still in a massive trade. Yeah. Out 75% under short. I'm winning on my trade with a 1,500x trade Bitcoin. My entry is 61. That's crazy. I don't even know if that makes sense to me, but whatever, you know what I mean? I read whatever sometimes. I'm like, go short on Magma. Interesting. I'm on a long. I have no news. At the bearish news, I'll see bearish signal. I'll take profit in either short. Thank you, though. Hi, lifer. Please check SP500. Let's take a look at the S&P 500. And I'll look at the E-mini futures there. Yeah, I'm just seeing if it, you could say, hey, okay, shoulder head, crazy double top, right shoulder there, like it's an M on the left side, and it just kind of starts to dump. Very oversold, though. Making a tweezer bottom on the 12-hour time frame. If that closes, I would long that with the stop loss below. Chance this rips right back to the upside. I called this last pump, remember, right here. I said we're going to bounce, and we did amazingly well. Made an all-time high, basically, on a wick. I see this giving us a bounce, and I could be wrong, but that's, you know what I mean? And getting tight. Looks like a good entry, possibly, even today. Friday afternoons, if you've noticed, have been interesting entries. Remember, I think last week we had, did we not have Juneteenth, right? Was in that last week, and that's a bank holiday, so. And Thursday ended up being the perfect time to get in with the before, you know what I mean? We gapped up, so. Look at BFLY. What is BFLY? Is it on the stock market, CBOE here, Iron Butterfly Index, or Butterfly Network on the New York Stock Exchange? Funny, I think someone must have asked me about it, right? Look at that. There's some TA. So, BFLY. And I'm not going to say I called it, but the system I used looks like it was pretty spot on, right? Now, if you look at it, it's in a little bit of an ascending triangle there on that 21. That might complete that mission there to the upside. Get you to 1097, like where we, basically looked for the target. Interesting. Pretty nice now. He said his WorldCoin had traded the past. It had its pump. I wrote it out. I waited and waited. I took minimal profits. It was lackluster for me. It was exciting when it happened. But I haven't touched it since I got stomped out in the money. That was a nice call. Yeah, it went from 50 to 74, right? It was a beautiful move. My 250 at one point was like $1,400. It was 7x. Right, so there you go. I got in at 155 because of you. Which one? I'm trying to think. What is 155? Oh, BFLY. Let me take a look at what that would be like. You got in at 155 because of me? How the heck did you get in at 155? That's like basically the bottom. How? Something I find that amazing. Hey, when you're out here teaching like I do every single day, people, it's kind of like a tree that keeps growing. It doesn't truly remember how much fruit it has fallen off its leaves. It just keeps producing fruit. And, so you're a tree, Sam. No, I'm not a tree. I'm not a tree, all right? I can, all I'm bought, that's my favorite mentor, Jim Rohn always says, you're not a tree, you can move. But the idea is when you give and give and give, you'd be surprised. So you'll touch so many lives on so many random days. Like someday I might have a live stream that I think nothing happened and I'm just I went through the motions. It's 7 days a week. And when I look back, someone will write me an email or something and say that I helped change their life on a certain day or a certain time. And I'll be amazed because, I am like a little gerbil now in that wheel. And I'm always kind of, wheeling around over there. And so it's become, I'm not saying it's become a long loop of time. And it's just really nice to make me realize, like, I am affecting so many people. I am changing lives. And I appreciate everybody that helps me do that in an amazing way. Just by showing up, just by writing a comment, just by being a part of something bigger than yourself, just by being absolutely amazing. And I just want to let you know how greatly appreciative I am of every viewer here today. Everyone that hit this like button, everyone that shows up. All right. Look like around the bottom of the upside, flying. So look, BFLY looks like it's not done either. That's the cool thing about it. It looks like it has more. Morning saying, can we look at Canton Network? I mean, that's a long-term hold. Didn't really, just kind of, it's been sideways forever. Looks like it's still chugging around sideways. Did kind of fall out of the pattern. You could slightly adjust it though. To me, just a long, like back and forth while they keep testing the use of this network. At one point, I think they're going to keep using it to the point where then they're going to release it. And when they release it, they're going to need it. And when the coin starts to move. And, you know, DTCC, the biggest mover of $1 quadrillion of money throughout the world. Like, they process all the money throughout the world. They did it. They have something going on with Canton. And just tell it, you know, again, if it goes to zero, so be it. I speculated on maybe rumors. But to me, it's like, you know, it's a long-term hold, long-term idea. All right. Damn, and look at that volatility there for Bitcoin. Just kind of really bending the knee to the bears here. Beautiful cat ears to the downside. Wish I had just waited. But, you know, it's okay. I took the model the way I should have, and I got out the way I should have. I'm proud of the reaction time I had, and I'm proud of my execution. I would have lost now 470 on that trade for no reason. And I knew, you know, it's funny when I put them near each other and I can't tell which trash can is which. It's this trash can, not that trash can, Sammy. Touch the right trash can. So funny, right? You never know what you got to do when you're trading live. But you got to touch the right trash can for sure. So this is telling me bigger time frames, smaller time frames, just over the end of the day, bear flagging, right? I mean, it just could go either way, but bear flagging looks likely to the man called me, moi, right? Looks like what's happening here. So it's the way I see it. Continue sideways, get tight. It was an amazing call. A lot of the exchange token, I think it was called Crow for CDC. All right. Who said that? I get y'all with an MIT. You're funny. I have T trying to make some smile. Thank you. I appreciate it. Check out the Paul Barron interview with Canton. Thank you. Appreciate that. Look, this kind of has some head and shoulder vibes for me. It's looking like we're going to go down. But, hey, you know, I could see it both ways. That's the creepy thing. And I feel like because the order book's so light, like anything could happen. That's the problem with the symmetrical triangle. You have less control. Sometimes I wait for better, you know, the break of the low and the retest or some type of bear flag in this area. That's more likely to win. Or a bull flag up here, right? If you want to jump on into the trading group, go to cryptolifer.com, hit the subscribe button. I'd love to see you in there. If you want to trade where we trade, we have a pinned comment right here that makes it very simple. Hit the WEEX button right there. Jump on into WEEX. I highly suggest you begin with some demo trading right here. Just understand what we're doing. You know, learn our strategies in the Discord, learn to demo trade on WEEX. Put in some work, put in some time before you really start to, you know, put in real money. You'd be amazed by the results that you will have if you just work the system before you start throwing money into it. It's not about making money. It's about learning the system. If you make your whole, if you make a goal to learn the system, the odds are, you know, things will follow. Okay. The sauce is creaming along. Ethan Soul, RMI data wrote. Okay. Let's take a look at Solana and Ethereum. Let's see what's happening to Sol and ETH. I mean, it looks like a giant cup and handle on Solana, does it not? And I took the measured move there and I've placed it correctly. And it does say, you know, it's going to take some time. But in about a year and a half, we'll be at 361. All right. And Solana's at what, like 60? So that's a 6x on Solana. 6x in a year and a half. I mean, that would be beautiful. potentially have I'm not saying it's guaranteed either. You know, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I'm saying you should be taken as such. Okay. What should I want us to, exactly. Sammy, when is a good time to not trade on the model? Friday afternoons, today after 12 o'clock, you know, the weekends. You know what I'm saying? Like today, you can see the model filled pretty brutally. No. Yeah, you want to focus on understanding charts before you start throwing money at the market. A lot of people want to go the opposite way. I lost a lot of money trading. Well, you weren't even learning. You were just throwing money in the market. You never wanted to do, you know, I was taught by people that actually, I guess, lost already and must have like helped us because everything gets passed down. And, you know, demo trading, you know, a lot of people laugh at it. They think it's funny. They think it's a joke. But once you start, and if you're having a bit of a rut, you go back to demo trading for a little while just to kind of correct yourself. Just to see what you're doing wrong. Just to so you don't chew through your own money over and over again. I mean, that's insanity. Okay? Because it looks like there was a lot of options. So if I want to trade Bitcoin, I deposit BTC. You can. You could. Most people trade, you know, send in whatever cryptocurrency, and then you can buy and sell on spot for whatever you really want. At the end of the day, Tether works the best. It's the most maneuverable, right? And using it on TRC is the fastest on Tron. So, but, you know, other people say they like Arbitrum or Sol. Sol looks like it could make some type of move on the 4-hour. On the 1 hour, it's flirting with the 21. I feel like it has a lot to do with Bitcoin, but there's a little bit of let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance. If Bitcoin dominance is giving up some moves here, the money's going into Sol and Ethereum. I mean, that's the only ones that we love, you know. You can see it kind of has a bit of, to me, that looks a little descending. Double toppy. And now, you know, the money goes into the biggest altcoins at first, then it trickles. So that's Sol and ETH getting some love. Might take some time, though. But by, you know, basically by the beginning of July, we might see a little flip into some of the bigger altcoins. It does say that. Then you also wanted Ethereum. I know you guys want ETH. I don't look at ETH all the time. Everyone's like, Let's take a look at old ETH. It's been a long time. It's going to mimic Bitcoin pretty closely. Still watching these small time frames. Funny, I'm always overly bullish. 1 hour has a bullish engulfing candle. 4 hours attempting a bottom there. A double bottom, actually. The daily's got the bullish divergence. But I see big time head and shoulders on the 3-day and the 5-day. Just don't look amazing. You know, I don't know why, but it is what it is. So there's the 1 hour on Weeks right now, watching it closely. We're getting very tight. A move's coming in 1, 2, 3, 4 to 7 hours. 7, 8. If we get 8 hours, I'd be surprised. We can say, I'd say somewhere between 4 and 8 hours, something's going to happen as we get tighter in this channel. And we're either going down to 55 or up to 63. That is what it is, folks. I'm telling you right now, that's how TA works. It tells you where we're going. Now we just got to, so now we can zero in. We go like, okay. 3 minute gets above the 200 moving average and starts to look interesting. That could be, you know, a sign. Look, there's that double top that just failed. Well, I'll be Rocket Man very soon. Maybe. Rocket Man. I would love to become a Rocket Man here on this beautiful Friday. Okay. I don't know. That doesn't sound right. Let's take a look at this falling wedge here and see what's happening. Double top on Sol in the 12-hour and day chart. Demo trading seems safe. I love to watch the model work. Just need to play with this trading on Weeks demo. Exactly. And then write down what happened. You know, it may be a tough week. You may have a really good week, and another week you might understand that it works somewhat, you know. I mean, ETH has that same vibe that Bitcoin's got. It's kind of got a Black Swan vibe to me. I hate to be bearish, but again, that's what it looks like. The bottom always looks so sketchy, it's ridiculous. You know, when I put this out here, it looks like we fell out of this trend line and got back in, or we're way outside of it and it could still go lower. I like these 3 touches in the fallout, you know. Everyone always says they win with demo, they don't, but when they use real money. But I mean, you should trade exactly the same way, though. People say, "Oh, but the charts," it's shoulder, head, right shoulder on the weekly. I don't know, man. I'm scared. It's like you gotta have guts right now to buy the absolute bottom. You could ape. The problem with aping is there's a chance they just scalp out the smart people that know it's the bottom, just push it out a little bit. I'm not saying Ryan, man. I guess I'm not alone here, funny. I have to be using money to trade, even if it's one. Yeah. Black Swan vibe. So I'd have to eventually turn into like a beautiful inverted, like something like this. Look at him. Imagine. And it does say, like, by the end of October, like, we're out of this bull. We're out of this. It's going to take us some time. This would be beautiful. We got to pump back up above these lows here, above 1,800. We're kind of back in the mix. Fine, a lot of you guys are bullish on Sol. You hear that, guys? The crowd is bullish on Sol. A lot of people are saying they're bullish on Sol. I'm not saying it. It's I'm reading it in the chart, in the chat. Chat's loving Sol right now. Might be an indication something's brewing there for Sol. I mean, the chat's pretty smart. They put out a lot of information. It's interesting stuff. I learned a lot for the stream alone just from listening to the chat. This chat is extremely informative, guys. It teaches you a lot. Just show up on the chat. I show up so much that consistent people like the stream. Consistent people have good information. You know what I mean? I attract consistent people by being really consistent. It's created a really good network of people that come to the stream every day. No real bull div on the 5-day. The daily, and that 3-day still has this strong bullish divergence. The low is never the massive dump. It's the secondary dump afterwards when you get the higher high on the RSI. And I mean, you can clearly see we have something going on here. This isn't as aligned as Bitcoin is, though. It's a little... It takes a lot of guts to buy if you long this bottom here on Ethereum. I'd wait for at least the beginning of a green candle close. Something. Tonight, it looks like it might close indecision. That's a strong divergence. I gotta, like, you know, in my line of work, that's a strong divergence. Bullish on Sol, Sweet, Tau. Bottom is in or very close. Interesting. I don't trust these altcoins. I still hold what I gotta hold, but Sol got to deal with something. I think a bank I think it was Turkey, to be honest. I'll look it up. We went over it the other day on the channel, though. They did get some deal with a bank. Exactly. Don't forget Sui, but I personally don't see it. I know. I see it as I mean, there's still this big head and shoulder. So, again, I like a head short. It's almost like head short it, long it. You know, margin out the short, right? As you kind of move up, as it looks bearish. You know, I'm long but ready to get wicked down on the liquidity grab after the first of the month, and right back in. Oh yeah, too. The first back in. Yeah, exactly. The first of the month is a great time to wait. If we pump immediately, that's bearish. If we dump immediately, that could give us the long. That's another thing. We just wait till like the 1st through the 5th, somewhere around there. Wait for the monthly candle to turn a little bit green and then long it. It's a good strategy. It's actually, you know, you get that chance. You only get the chance on massive dumps somewhere between the 1st and the 7th of that month. And so you might even, like, there's one right there you got on May. Got another chance there in November. and another there in September. So September, and this is September of 2023, October of a year later, and then like about 8 months later. So like, yeah, 4 months, 6.5, 7 months later. But you don't get this. It's not like it comes a lot. Twice a year, 3 times a year, maybe less. So there's a chance we get like right, that one played out. You would have gotten in here, and that's a big move. And at 2,000, for Ethereum. So yeah, MoneyGram joined Sol Network in the news. Yeah, MoneyGram and Sol too, big deal. Yeah, huge deal. Let's take a look at some exclusive news for you today and see what's happening in the market. ETFs post their 5th straight day of heavy outflows, with nearly $700 million leaving the market. Unbelievable. Bitcoin ETF sees 692 net outflow. BlackRock moves 405.77 Bitcoin and 42 to Coinbase Prime. They transferred 4,577 Bitcoin plus 42,000 Ethereum. And a single largest totaling $600 million occurred in the prior 48 hours. Potential signs of ETF redemptions or preparation for selling, which can increase near-term supply. Bitcoin ETF complex has now seen 5 or 6 consecutive trading days of net outflows totaling around $720 million. Inflation trending the wrong way. Chicago Fed President Austin Goolsbee said inflation remains too high and is moving the wrong direction. While some bright spots exist, he highlighted the need to assess if recent pressures from tariffs and Middle East tensions will prove temporary. Traders watch hints how this affects the Fed's rate path. He's putting pressure to cut the rates. He's saying something ain't right. Advanced U.S. goods trade balance and inventories due. Michigan consumer sentiment final June reading out, and Iran attacks vessel, threatens shipping in the Strait of Hormuz. Iran's Ardussi Navy vessel struck a vessel near Oman and warned ships to follow its routes or face danger. Puts it to control the vital waterway. This comes amid the ongoing U.S.-Iranian talks. There's a direct deconfliction channel in Doha now and Qatar. All right. It follows recent threats to the Strait of Hormuz and nuclear negotiations. All right. Israel-Lebanon talks stall over South Lebanon pilot zones. And this goes on and on. But there's stuff affecting us with the war. It's constant. You know what I mean? Bitcoin. A little bit of a pump there to the upside. Can't be trusted, though. Right? I mean, or can it? So you're kind of stuck with the idea. Do you long? What do you do? What's the plan? Is this a double bottom? Or, we're going to miss the beautiful pump. 5 minute looked interesting. It did, We're in some choppy land here, folks. One would say it's better to wait for us to break one of either this high part of the range at 61 or the low part of the range here at 58 and then trade, But we are greedy. We want it all. We want the perfect price. We want to get in at the exact top or bottom and show everyone how great we are. I don't know what it is, right? There's like a trading ego. For me, I feel sometimes I have to suppress that to be like, it's not about you and your ego, Sam. It's about trading. And you want to show off and be cool, and you know what I mean? Oh, I called the bottom. No, sure, I'm super humble, but there's a voice in you sometimes that I think humbleness means that you know that there's that voice, but you realize it's not worth it. And it's much more, it's cooler to be the low-key person. Watch the movie and the guy's low-key and humble. It looks, from the outside, you can't feel it, but, from the inside, you can't feel it as much. When you see it from the outside, it's actually the coolest position to be in. That humble person is just so legit. I want to see the market again. I wonder if there's something I'm just not seeing. Bitcoin's in a... sorry. Even Ethereum. Bitcoin's in a funny way, man. Like, you can't say, too, like, that's a trend line that it definitely lost there. Rising wedges break down from where they began. A lot of times they drop to where they started. Like, that would be 28,000. That would make perfect sense. And then the 786 fib retracement. If we hit 38.5, it wouldn't be like a big deal. It would make perfect sense. Right? 5-minute rising wedge. Make them go to 45. Short leverage. Sit back and ride it. I'm not bearish. No bears can fill out. Bottoming wick below. You don't want extremely hot and have a day. Give your delivery drivers extra waters. Dang, man. Monthly turtle soup across the board. And it's saying to short the monthly. That's what it's telling me to do, right? Just keep seeing this large head and shoulder, and then I keep seeing the smaller one. I do see the divergence still, though. See, it's like that's what keeps getting me going on the 22 hour. When's the last time you got that low? Like, how the heck do you go lower than that? It's like that's got to be your bottom, right? Look how sketchy it is. You know, and when I hesitate to short this head and shoulder, I don't know, is it my emotions talking? You know what I mean? I can't. Lately, it's like it's. I don't know if in my head, you know, it's like that's a double bottom, but is it? You know, it's like, dang, man, it just feel like I need like a week off, just a week off, clear my mind. You know what I mean? Are you enjoying the stream? Show your appreciation. Hit that like button, baby. Thank you so much. Like sometimes I wonder, am I missing the obvious? You know what I mean? What lower off the chart? What does that mean? Yeah. What lower off the chart? What does that mean? Yeah. I mean, I see this strong divergence. I see it throughout, and I see this very beat up RSI. Right? Market is really so shifty these days, it's hard to make calls. That monthly trend line you plotted underpriced, if you plot it for the last cycle, was where we bounced. Interesting. I mentioned it before, I won't be surprised if the price goes lower and we see the fear and greed hit 0 or a 1. I mean, that would be amazing. This hit 5 twice, and the 2-week was low. It goes long. Don't think about it. Don't think about it too hard. I see what you're saying. Just long the 2-week divergence and call it a day. Walk away fresh, scot-free, right? I like this 5-day now. I like the 5-minute now. That's kind of interesting what's going on there. And I'm back to the 1 minute. That should make a little move. Let's see if that's tradable for a second here. That's very high risk on a Friday, but it's still possible. The music's a little too weird right now. It's always the strangest part of the show. Can't stand that. I can't stand that. It's like, what the? We got to mix it up, man. It puts me to sleep. I'm sitting there. I'm like, why do I feel like I'm in a nursery here? Like, what is going on in the show? Like, got to change it up immediately. Get it going. Like, hey, yeah, somebody like, yo, I know you fell asleep. You're like, I fell asleep watching you, Sam. It was so peaceful. I had no idea what was happening. So here's the model again. If I relentlessly go at this and only win 3 out of 10, I win. If I miss it constantly, Friday's so sketchy, though. I got to be honest. And the summer in general. Too obvious that 59 was a mainstay, dark and long. Now the price action hit it. Market makers will just keep dumping it. Let's go 900 likes for all this golden knowledge. Who will take a second and hit it? Prove Or might. Yeah, show them who's boss. Taking relentless longs. And again, they don't have to be huge. You could take smaller longs. Oh, that's 280 for 800. Fridays are tough. Let's see. Come on, baby. I'm so loyal to the model. Bless me for my loyalty. Let's go. And I'm into the day trade, and every time I try to call these perfect bottoms or tops of the bigger time frames, I think that's what they want. They want people to get so emotional over where we could be, and that's getting, you know what I mean? I realize that's kind of the trap in general. And if I just day trade, they can't get me. I'm more like, because then I'm not committed. If I try to trade, if I long the daily, I have to sit I have to have conviction on that and sit on it. I got to be in it up and down the battles. If I just end the trade every night and walk away, it's so much better. You know what I mean? For me, in my psyche over time. Said it, nobody got right. Yeah, join the trading group. Go to CryptoLifer.com. Thank you so much. Yeah, Friday into the weekend trap. Yeah, I'm just looking for a day's pay. Couple dollars. Throw me a couple dollars. Man, it's so whack. Back and forth. Look at the tightness. Put that 21 curving, baby. That got me interested. The 5-minute closer to the 21 as well. The bounce off the 200. There's some good signs here of a continuation or at least some type of movement. Are you enjoying the stream? I know, right? Kalshi, you said it, man. Front running the daily tweezers. That's what you're going to do? That's gutsy. I like it. It's one of my favorite trades. Is to front run that daily. Yeah, chance that turns into a daily green, right? I don't know, man. It's such an ugly candle. Front run that puppy with a long, right? Yeah. Do you use VWAP? No. Similar to the 200 in different places, though. I mean, that's bull div, and you front run the green candle. I could see how it could play out. I could see how they could just dip it another one, take out all the wickage, and then rip it. Mass liquidations. Greetings from Austria. God bless you, man. I went snowboarding and skiing there, and I think it was called Octon, if I'm getting it right. Octon, I don't know why. But they had taken a lot of the trees off. It was so amazing. I was snowboarding. It was one of my best experiences ever. Snowboarding in Austria. I was 15 or 16 years old. Unbelievable. And, I was a middle-class kid. It wasn't like that's what my family did. There was just a really cool Italian teacher that did this trip outside of the school. But, you met it through school, but he did it outside of school in a way. And select kids that did it, and we went out to Italy with this dude. A couple chaperones. It was amazing. It was a really good time. Had an absolute blast. I don't know what I was drawing over there. I can see it now. So front run on the daily candle, seeing if you can get the move. This little scalp is somewhat backwards. It's up 4%. I'm the king of 4%. 60K coming back in action. Kind of a cup and handle there. See, there's a cup with a handle. Potential bounce. Just trading the model. Sticking to it. See what happens. No emotions there. It's emotional to not trade that because then you're listening to emotions. You got to just stick to the model. Octung sounds like a nice way. That sounds weird. Let's melt it, lifers, for the consistency, for the love, for the theater, for the knowledge. Turn up the music. This one's good, baby. Yeah. Was like the channel song for a while. We really like this one. Yeah. Sailor Cowboy Oyster for dinner. Wow, that sounds interesting. Same in the Phoenix 5 times now is higher divergent metric, just like the RSI. Possible. Can the daily put in a green candle now? Can we get some type of reversal off the bullish div? Can the 1 hour break out of the symmetrical triangle? Can Sammy win the long on the low? Can everything go our way for once? No, it's been going our way forever. But can everything go our way today? With this higher low, Definitely a bit of a shoulder, head right shoulder. Has some type of diamond vibes. Let's kind of locate the diamond here. Kind of has some diamond vibes. Came in for the bottom, should go back out the top. Everyone see the diamond there? Bitcoin getting a bit of a move. Breaking out, putting us up 9% on the trade. Let's see, we got, we got our money back for the last stop out, right? We're at break even now on the day. We lost 70 last time. We're back up 80 now. A little bit of fees here and there. We're pretty good. Let's see, man. Okay. So let's flip to that daily. We may miss out now. Imagine if this divergence kicks in. I mean, I think and then we get the shoulder, the head, the right shoulder. Now, am I being greedy if I go for a daily candle? If I also long the daily now? I'll put this one outside. This one I would attempt to get back to 66. Stop loss would strictly be below that wick there. Just have to do that for a second. Yeah, there. Gives me the 3.5. Let's just take a look at the trade. 60,100 for Bitcoin. Working out. We'll get back to that smaller time frame. 125. We're up 90. 92. Oh, we were up higher. 100. Oh, we should kick into gear there. 149. There we go. So take profit is 66,155. Stop would be 59. 70, 58, 73. When you do isolated, separated, these trades won't mix. Bitcoin would go up about 6,000. I'd want to make somewhere between 3 and 5 off of it, depend, on my risk. Risk is a little smaller than normal. So I'm gonna blindly long that 1 hour, man, and I'm gonna go for it. I really am. We'll see what happens. Did I get in? No. Other trades ripping now, right? We got a nice move. We'll take a look at the smaller time frames. Hold on, let's cancel this order. I don't like what was going on there, right? No. Make sure it's the right one. Yeah, that's the only thing that happens too sometimes. When I got 2 trades cooking. Man, I'm going to wait for this candle to close to long it. Looks like it could struggle. We are from the 21 too, which gives me some hope. So we got divergence from the 21. It's kind of like when you got bear div from the, you make the head and shoulder and you'll dump. Wow, Bitcoin's at 60,250 pretty fast. That was a pretty crazy move. All right, we got in at 59.9 and it just boomed. Like it went up $300 like that. Amazing. My trade was about a half a Bitcoin, as you can see. And we get back to the, what was the 1 minute that we did long, right? Let's see here. We got a beautiful pump on that 1 minute too. Idea that we could be in this diamond on the 1 hour back to the upside. Does resemble a bit of a diamond there. So it broke out. Now this needs to be sustainable. We need to get the, it can't just turn around and dump. Like last time, we pumped like this and we cat-eared. I had to sideswipe the cat ears. Look at it. It's coming right back down again. Trading on a Friday is like, it's test your wills. Trading in the summer will test your wills. Trading and live streaming in the summer, one of the toughest things you'll ever do in your life. Seriously, like it'll be very, very, because you got to get through just that summer trade, man. That summer trading. Each on scalp so close to a year. Dang. I almost want to put that at break even as soon as possible. Constantly, keeping myself from losing, especially on a Friday. Let's see, they have to come back in the pattern and take me out. I'll put my stop above break even. I'm not playing today. They're either gonna play right with structure or I'm not playing right with them. You see what I'm saying? Like, they're either going to respect these highs of the cat ears or that's it. Like, flush it, he said. Is that good or bad? Are you going to the bathroom? What's happening? What does he mean? Where are you? What are you doing right now? You have the phone with you? Get out of there, man. So, watch out. Don't drop it. This is ugly. You never know. I mean, I had to... yeah. Chinese Binance going up, baby. Hey, you know, something about that puppy. Summer trade. I have heard that so many times. It must really be brutal. Yeah. Rejection off the 15-minute 200 SMA. It's not bullish. It's just a market maker trying to bait you in along at the top of the range of a weekend trap. No, I'm just trading a model. Yeah. There's no one's baiting anybody. I'm just trading a model. This is bot side, you know. You're thinking too hard. I love you, though. I appreciate it, Froggle. No, you have great insight. I like hearing the comments. They're awesome. At least you're, like, talking to the show and you're actually actively engaged. So, you know what I mean? I don't have to love everything you say. You don't have to love everything I'm saying. The key is that we're here together at the same time having fun on the same type of thing, which is trading. The Crypto Lifer Show. Welcome. Come one, come all. The man, the myth, the legend. He turns $150 out of $800. Hey, it's the Bears running out of margin to sell. My man. Now that's a story I can read when I'm in a long. It's like, you know, he says the Bears comment. No, the Bears comment's wrong completely. The bullish comment, 100% right. I'm in a long. No, it has to be that way. Yeah, you know. Let's take a look at the fan funding and see what's happening. Okay. Hiya, Lifer. S&P 500 update. Diamond pattern daily. Can we look at the Canton Network? We did both of those so far, right? Thank you. I appreciate it. No. No mas. No reason for that weekly. If we lose that 200, no reason to keep that weekly trade open, in my humble opinion. And the waiting game on the smaller time frames takes forever. Forever. And that was a monthly trade. Oh, was it the way? No, the monthly trade. And once the monthly didn't hold that candle and came for the lower wick, took out the 59.9. That was it, man. Waiting for another green. You know, I took the green candle of the last monthly. You know what I mean? I'll do it again when the monthly does it again. Wow, now we're seeing price action is getting super flat. Today's probably, you know, remember, public schools are getting out now in the East Coast now too. You know, California, you know, the liberal states, they get out. You know, the down south, we start school August 15th, and we end like May 15th. You know what I mean? We're basically done. The last week is just fun and games. School's done basically May 15th. You know what I mean? The last week they have fun. They do a bunch of stuff that, you know, it's a mail-in. They watch a movie. You know what I mean? It's you know. And our school's a real good school, but still. Let's be real. That lie, it's so hot in Florida. And so then the other schools don't, you know, and why does that matter? Well, in my mind, I trade a little less when my girls are out of school. You know, I just choose to be around them. I'm 43 years old, right? I would have to either stare at the charts all day, but when my girls are at school and I got the nanny and I'm home and it's it's January, you know, September, October, the regular days, I'm just going to be more, and I know that, I think that's the case for a lot of men around the country. And I think that's the American market. And so because of that, in general, the summer months are just going to be a little slower. They're less reactive. People care less about price action. Sad thing is, you don't pay attention, there could be a monster move. Last summer, people thought, okay, sell may go away. We had some of the biggest pumps in June and July of the history of Bitcoin's life. We had all-time highs a couple times. 116, 120, 126. So it can come around in October. But you know what I mean? That whole period of time was amazing. So Look, I put my stop loss to break even. I can't lose on this trade either. I'm not trusting nasty price action. I'm fighting through it. And they might wick me out and continue to pump it. So be it. I'm not worried about what the price action happens after I'm in. I'm just, and I'm not worried about anything. I'm not concerned. All I'm concerned about is the wallet that I'm moving right now and my daily moves. That's all I care about. It's all that matters. Okay? So I'm figuring you can see the screen. I'm like staring at it. Trading is, yeah. Have you ever traded? No, I don't like trading WFL. I don't like trading altcoins in general. I like swing trading altcoins when the market has a lot of liquidity to them. They're awesome. Really good, but I know when that it's around, and I've been around for that. And I'm a little spoiled. I know when altcoins are really fun to trade, and I want to trade them when they're that like that. I don't want to trade them. They can be fun and they can be really treacherous and tough. Right now, you have to trade the right altcoin at the right time. And even then, you could find the greatest setup a lot. If Bitcoin doesn't do the right thing that day, something happens or shifts to the market. Even that altcoin will take a beat down. It really will. So still wondering, put a 1 in the comment if you front ran the daily candle. All right. Put a 1 if you front ran the daily candle. Look, inverted head and shoulder. Higher lows, rounded bottom. Fighting the bears off. The daily with heavy wicks off of the bull div. Low stochastic. We've never seen the RSI this low in the shaded region since like it hasn't even been this low since August of 2023. Shaded RSI is very rare. Okay. I'm still in the short. First days of summer is today for my 2 kids. See? Yeah, and they're going to be all over you, man. They're going to want you to go here, go do this, go do that. You know what I'm saying? And it's not going to be, you can't sit in front of your chart. You're not, your wife's going to be like, take the kids somewhere, do this, something. You know what I mean? Does it count? I start at 3 a.m. 3 a.m. is amazing. I don't know what you're doing. I used to have to get out at 3 a.m. 7 to 3 was my shift. It was tough. I didn't mind it, but it was tough. I made the best of it, though. I made it work. It's fun. I was in the city every night alone. I could just go out and walk the city. I was at 19th Street. It was pretty interesting. 12 hours putting in a bullish engulfing candle with oversold. Suggest there could be a move here. 4-hour time frame, and looking like we could, it's attempting something. It doesn't look amazing, but it's attempting sign. It's a little high on the. Oh man, smaller time frames do not look amazing. Oh, and it's one of my daughter's birthdays today, man. Beautiful day to be alive. So that's another blessing. Birthday for one of my kids, man. SOP ripping out the flag. You mean Soul? Everyone should do their own research. Primal is one of the few newer projects that I've seen with a clear identity and community focus. Thank you. Appreciate you, brother. You did a good job showing your thing, whatever it is. But at least you wrote it properly and you did it with some etiquette. You know what I mean? So there you have it. We're ripping, baby. I think we're getting some movement here. Up $180 of the trade. See if we can continue to the upside for Bitcoin. We bounced off that little flag we drew. I'm not saying it's amazing, but we're doing our little itty bitty. Little itty bitty. Little bitty. My wife plays little bitty too much. Little bitty house, little bitty dream, little bitty part of a little bitty scheme. Why does he say scheme? Who's scheming? What's the scheme all about? You know what I mean? Just a little bitty life with a little bitty car, little bitty house under the little bitty stars. Ondo Sam looks strong. You mean I look strong? Thank you. I appreciate that. Why did you mention Ondo though? I see. I'm just Ondo. Comma, Sam looks strong. Thank you. I appreciate that. I know what you're saying. I'm just let me do the math where it's at now. Alan Jackson, his alleged training was hard till Miss Sarah told me about it. Oh my gosh. Leave us alone. Wow, we're up 25%. We actually made some money. We made our money back in the loss. And we're actually getting a bit of a pump here to the upside. Missing valuable time to get in at a really good daily candle. You see what I'm saying? 15-minute looking Amazon. Daily could be putting in that work. Long it right now. Stop loss below. Go for the gusto. Don't be afraid. Don't be a scaredy cat. All right. What does front run mean? It means wait before you get confirmation. Confirmation comes when the candle closes. If you buy it before a candle closes, you front run it. That's technically a diamond there. That diamond wants to move back up towards the 200 moving average. The diamond. Wow, we're getting a pumpage here for BTC. Bit of a cup and handle to the upside. 60,400 for Bitcoin. Shout out to anyone. And again, I've said this almost every single day. Put a 3-3, ready? Are you ready? Put a 333 in the comments if you made gains trading with me today on the stream. Honestly, let's see how many days I can say that. We're going to start a streak. I said it. I know I've said it like 10 or 15 times in a while, almost every day. I'm pretty sure I said it yesterday. Did I say it yesterday? But I said it today. All right, day one, right? Put a 333 if you made gains trading with me on the stream. We did it on the weekend, And again, it's not over yet, but it's up 30%. I mean, imagine making 30% on whatever you put in. If I put 100 grand in, I'd be up 30,000. Not saying I would put 100 grand. The risk would have been high. The liquidation would have been close. Wouldn't have been. It sounds perfect, but it's not. Higher risk trades aren't as simple as you think they are. The parameters completely change. Right now I'm positioned to trade well where I am. But you start adding some different things to the pot, you start changing the recipe, and I'm not as positioned anymore. It's one step at a time for me. Watching this 1 minute just kind of slowly break out. Okay. And again, nothing's guaranteed. I got to stop the break even. I can't lose. That's cool. But whatever, we'll see. I like to get rid of the trigger. Why? I just want to, if you get rid of the trigger and you drag it to take profit up, you'll be able to see the money. And I want to make a day's pay, which is $1,000 to $3,000 is my goal every day here. And generally in the channel, but in a day of trading. Sometimes it doesn't happen between 10 and 12 every day. Sometimes I take 250 in the channel. Sometimes I take 1,000 on the channel. Sometimes I take, God bless you, man. You don't have to follow anybody's trades. Do your own thing. Get an education and find your sauce. It's the greatest way to do it. $11.42. God bless you all for being here. One step, one waddle for me, but I will hurdle. Hey, go to CryptoLifer.com, hit the subscribe button, join the Discord if you're looking for some education. I did. I joined a Discord. That's how I did it, so that's how I do it. It changed my life. Okay. Bitcoin, 60,420. All right, baby, let's go. Sammy with the cup and handle will dismantle the competition, my man. One step, one waddle. What is it? What is a waddle? One waddle? Waddling around there? Okay. Okay, I can see it. I guess. 4 hours showing a sign. What if it just blasts to the 200? I mean, this is just the weekly. Is it getting back above the 200? That's what I want. There's a chance, that would be basically, if we could roll back up there. I don't know, man. I'm not really buying this just yet. You had to front run the daily candle to really get a grip here. I'm deleting everything again. That's the move. Sometimes you got to delete it all and see it so clear. Still an open trade. Obviously, it's 60,468. Bitcoin ripped out the flag from our initial entry there. Up 250 now. Not amazing, but not the worst. Yeah, like when you're not going to know, you start with a waddle. Move from a waddle to a run, from a run to a hurdle. Other words, go off TA. Don't move too fast or too slow, my man. Penguins waddle, right? Yeah. Like a penguin waddles around. Yeah. shoulder, head wrench. Something's going on here. The daily's attempted to dig in. Double bottom of the 4. Could have just been the liquidation there. Glad to see we got some price action during the stream. Some is a good statement. Some. We got some. Something. We bid on something, man. Sammy, Bitcoin crossed the 200 MA on the 15. That's good. Bro, you know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. 100%. I'm in temptation to open along here. I know. I'm selling it pretty good, aren't I? So, bull div. You're getting oversold in the stochastics. That was the reason why the long looks good is because of this shaded RSI. You know, they might not be done yet. They could still sweep a little more of the lows. It's tough to call. We would make it back to the POC. This would be the trade. It's a 4.4. You know what I mean? 500 for 2,000. You know what I mean? Who cares? You know, it goes back. It sucks though. It goes up $12,000. See, the problem with me, I get addicted to that idea that I got to make 12 grand on the trade. And if I got to make 12 grand divided by it, then I got to risk 3 grand. A little under. Then it has to be 25. So maybe I go half. And I go 1,000 for 6. Or 1,200 for, you know what I mean? I'm thinking we take this on a Friday. We just take what they give us here on the trigger. I don't know. Does it look amazing? We'll lock in $60, right? I mean, I want to at least take the gain, the win. No, I'm going to take like 180, 150. Yeah, they might keep pumping this thing, man. It's so tough, right? I mean, I got to erase that. I got to look at the smaller time frames for a split second here. Trading's a lot of work, man. People think it's not. It's so much. It's very, very, it's a lot of work. Some days I'm like, yeah, I just sit at my desk and I make money. And it feels so beautiful to say to somebody else. But you really realize how much work you put in that day, and you realize it was a lot. And the mental stress, there's ups, there's mental. You may not run a lot, you may not, you know, but the mental, I mean, there's I'm exhausted at the end of a trading day. Screens in front of me, and you throw the streaming in front of it and the talking for 2 hours, man. I'm not saying I can run. I'm exhausted intellectually. Like, I don't really want to read articles. I don't want to talk a lot after 5 or 6 today. You know, I get a lot quieter now towards the end of the day because I'm older and I don't have it, man. I just don't have it. I don't use the phone a lot. I don't have long conversations. I used to sit and call my buddies and have, you know what I mean? But I talk so much to each and every one of you, and I love the stream. I don't use the phone as much as I used to. I'm 167. They're testing us right here with a possible bounce. I'm going to look at the smaller time frame. See the 5. The 5 needs to kind of keep this previous resistance as a high and bounce. Pull the 21 up with it and then get the move up here. 62,312. Funny you saying that. I was just attempting to explain to someone how exhausting trading is, especially cryptocurrency, because we never really stop grinding. Response. You mean playing on the computer? I know, right? Bigger time frame says go long. Small says go short, then flip. I could see that. Looks like they're going to come for me. I'll take my measly 150. And remember how risky you have to be. Like $800 at 33x leverage. You know, that's like, you know, to me, that's high risk. Wow, we got a bounce there. I don't want to look. I don't want to jinx that. Don't look at that. Don't look at it. Don't look at it over here. So, yeah, I mean, the trade we're seeing is a possible, you know, someone already did it. Someone actually gave us the idea on the show. They said, I'm front running the daily. And you know, that's something that I do. I wasn't thinking at the moment, you know. So, you know, shout out to the lifer that mentioned that on the stream. Please save Pico for your future. Thank you. Totally what I mean, Jimmy Crickets. Yeah. Some people have a very hard time accepting the theater. A computer is a play toy and it never has been for some people. It's a tool to make revenue, a great tool. As long as the 5 minutes stays above the 9, some people were computer, you know, I'm a nerd. Everyone here is a computer nerd like me. You know, I built my entire net worth off my computer. Whether you did it in cryptocurrency, whether you did it with social media, whether you did it with trading, it doesn't matter whether you did it, however you did it. Long-term hold, swing trade. If you found videos about crypto on YouTube, learned about it, translated that in, and then you ended up making, you know what I mean? You're a computer nerd, man. All of you people, all of us. I know you don't think you are, right? You know, I'm just on my phone. I hit the trade. I hit the link. Maybe it's true too. I get that, but you know, you like to make money off of your computer. That's what you're looking to do. It's so interesting how a lot of people just go to work. A lot of people work. Yeah, they work for a carpenter. They work. Some people are trash trucks. Some people are, you know, they go places. They go places for their work. Some people are babysitters. Like they show up, they get paid for their time to be physically somewhere. You know, other people look at that and then they might have a computer in their house and it just sits there. They might check a couple. They use it for like very basic things. And other people see that little piece of electronics in the corner of the room and that becomes an entire world to them. Like in my house, these 3 screens, this whole beautiful setup that I have is a whole world. It's an entire world. It's thousands of people that I'm connecting to around the world. Like that's insane. I find that fascinating. Is that even possible? Is a dream come true alone? You know, we have to take that into account. Like what we're doing right now, this live stream, talking to 1,000 people. We have 1,000 people here in the stream. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate that. All right. Just studying crypto live, people would lose their minds looking at blockchain. Exactly. Oh, wow. They darted it down. Look at that nasty candle. This is the type of stuff you see on a Friday, man. Oh, my goodness. This is the type of stuff that goes on. You'll work a trade for days, man. They do this on the weekly. This will be weeks, and then 1 week you're gone. You lose like 5 weeks of moves. Blah. The way down is it's the elevator down and the steps up almost every time. Look, shoulder, head, bit of a right shoulder there. You see, it does happen in real time. You got to catch it. The bigger time frames give you more time. They take longer to structure. Like that would take a day or two to figure out instead of a minute. You know what I mean? That's why the 1 minute can teach you how to trade the daily. They go hand in hand. This actually bounces off what could be a trend line here and saves the day. That'd be unreal. Like still up on 140, which is, you know, respectively. You can see how tough this is. And congratulations to the 105 people that hit that like button since the comment was made. Hey, God bless you. Thank you. The viewer activity is amazing. The comments are amazing. The activity is awesome. Let's get up to 1,000 likes, folks. Let's do it. $200 in chat revenue. My man Bitcoin Bill dropping a $200 super chat on me. This is what happens, folks, if you keep pushing. I mean, you got a 200. I'm just, no, but people will bless me, and people will feel such a deep connection to you. They will bless you, man. They will bless you. And like, if that's not, and this has happened to me, you guys have seen this, not to downplay Bitcoin Bill today, but this has happened hundreds of times from all sorts of beautiful people, man. Today, it's this loving gentleman, you know, that likes to give to the channel. So I don't know, that's inspiring to me. Really inspiring. Yeah, the daily's a battle right now. I kind of like it. I got to clear the air for the daily, though. I know where I'm at right there. I can redraw all this. Let me take a look at the daily. I don't want to like bore you while I'm doing that, but that's what we're looking at there. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. Oh, yeah, okay. Huh. Looks somewhat promising there when I look at it now. The cat ears could hold this down. Could show some signs of support. They need to. I know Bitcoin Bill from Forex Chat. He's cool. That's awesome. See, there's a community of traders around the world, streamers that watch all different streamers too, and they connect. I like that too. That's why I like the streaming world. It's a really cool world to be a part of, you know? Yeah, now I 105 Zeb are up there. You're funny. You deserve it. I have seen 1K and it is deserved. God bless you, man. 1 hour chart looking salty. Salty? That's not good in my mind. Salty? Is that like you like? Is that, I mean, is that a yay? Can you give us an up or down there? What's salty to you? Wang Chung, what is salty to you? I would love to know. I think I know. I mean, so when I salt my meat, it tastes dang good. So in my mind, juicy, sweet, like you can't, take a bite. Sweet and salty. But also when someone's salty, they're upset. They're not in a good mood. Like, oh, don't be so salty, man. So I'm not sure which way you're kind of going with that. I don't know. He wants it salty. Yeah, Trump just tweeted something about the violation of the ceasefire. Oh, no. Yeah, salty ain't good for me. Yeah, exactly. He probably meant juicy. Salty. Oh, come on. Oh, my goodness. Can you join your group if you're gay? I'm sure. I mean, we don't discriminate, man. I mean, are you going to just tell everyone you're gay in the group? I mean, as long as you just do your thing, you know what I mean? Like, your sexual preference should have nothing to do with your behavior in the group, personally. You're here to get knowledge and learn how to trade and help others learn how to trade inside of a positive environment. That's why you join my Discord at CryptoLifer.com. Like, that's the reason. Seeing if we get the pump, man, I'm staying in, baby. I'm staying up 150. And the daily looks interesting. Could the daily change our lives here? Lots of liquidity on BOOKMAP at 60,060. Cashews, bro. You're stupid, man. You're funny. I don't mean to be really. You're stupid funny over here. So, and I don't mean to call. I'm not calling. You know what I mean? When someone says something really funnily dumb, I call it. It gets me going. 58,000, 57.5 is a target for Bitcoin. The red has almost been touched, and now we're going lower. We're taking out the lows. People that think they're going to long this daily are going to be wiped out, it's saying. Nobody cares who anyone's... Yeah, exactly. We don't discriminate against anybody, any religion, any walks of life. Love is our religion in the Crypto Lifer group. If you want to change your life, if you want to get away from negative people that have been kind of pushing you down and telling you you're not good, and you need positive reinforcement and a place to really feel like you're part of something bigger than yourself, come to CryptoLifer.com, man. I built something amazing that so many people get more than just trading out of. It's a way of life. Every morning I start with usually a good gratitude mantra. I might miss it like 5% of the time, but 90% of the time I'll give you a gratitude mantra. I put out some videos that help you with mental healing if you're kind of going through depression, struggling. I was too. I was really, really stuck. I was in this my mind kept going to the same place. Into depression, into lack. I was putting myself in a mental prison. It wasn't fun. And I was the reason of it and couldn't understand how to get out of it. I needed a mentor. I needed skills. I needed tools. It's like as if my garden was full of weeds and I didn't have the right tools to pull them out. And I kept trying to get rid of them, but they kept coming. And my mental garden was full of weeds. I needed someone to help me weed my mental garden. That person was Jim Rohn. I still listen to him to this day on a daily, weekly basis, and he helps me mold my mind. The one sad thing about my I recently ruptured my Achilles. It was January, and I'm just learning how to kind of get my walk back. I still have a handicap pass in my car. I just got out of a walking boot. Look at that's a head and shoulder pattern right there on the 1 minute. That tells me to get out of the long immediately. That's going to dump 68% of the time the measured move of the head to the neckline. And there's our neckline right here like so. That's going to head somewhere down into there. The master truth right there. Like my friend said, I can go listen to him, even though I don't really understand cryptocurrency. It's a very upbeat and nice place. Nice compliment. Coins are the lowest they have been. Yeah. The only thing standing between you and outrageous success is continuous progress. 100%. I'm not even close to the biggest trades I'll make in my life. Like, I'm still going after those big trades. You know what I mean? I'm still going after my next biggest move. I know I'm not even close to my true potential as a trader. I'm just scratching the surface. Neuroplasticity, rewire that brain, my friends, 100%. Neuroplasticity, Joe Dispenza, get yourself thinking so much positive energy that you stop thinking negatively. Next thing you know, your brain has changed the way it thinks about you and yourself and your predicament. Next thing you realize, you can change where you're at. You come up with like an amazing product that no one's thought about. But for years, you couldn't think of anything. In a year and a half, your whole life has changed. You start progressing on a higher level. You start pushing. You start making it real. This can happen to anybody that wants it or desires it. I don't like, this. Anyone that truly desires a change in their life will make one. Anyone who wants to bend to the way life's been pushing them up or down will do that. I was in a down state at my parents' mass, and I had my daughter, found lifer. Not much later, really helped me back up. Thank you, man. Yeah. A bunch of big alts are about to moon, he says. Nice pump for Bitcoin, folks. Now we're back up to 30. And so you can see how I manage this trade. Lately, managing small trades has been kind of the live stream. This could start, and it could turn into $1,000. It could be a $3,000 day. To me, that's a pretty big day. Look at this pump, baby. And this tells me, man, I could be missing out on this daily entry here. Wow, 60,005 now. My man that front ran the daily is in the money now. It's got to be the bottom. It's bull div, man. That's got to be the bottom. You dumped it all. You came back. You dumped it again. You came back. You dumped it a third time. The shaded RSI tells me there's a chance. So you're telling me there's a chance. You never know, man. Curving 221 is somewhat of a good sign. It's 5 minutes sketchy though, right? Could still technically be, you know what I mean? Could still technically make in a descender that dumps in our face. The bigger time frames don't look good to me. 52K. Everybody wants lower Bitcoin. What if they never get it? Sailor about to be, you know what I mean? I mean, that's what they're saying. Like, Sailor. His company is down, what, 8 billion, 9 billion? I think $14 billion just between Bitwise and Michael Saylor's companies. They're down $14 billion. Is that for real? Imagine being down $14 billion and showing up to work every day like, I'm only down 14 bill. Not a big deal. That's insanity. These guys got guts of steel, I'll tell you what. 1202 on the close on the 1 hour trade. And we want to look, the 4 hour candle just closed somewhat bullish. Now remember, you want this to dump first. You don't want this to pump first. Right at 12 o'clock on that 1 hour, you want to see a pump. I mean a dump. You don't want to see a pump right now. Why? The beginning of the candle should wick. This could be a topping out area here. Again, remember, on the 1 hour, you're still inside this symmetrical triangle here. I guess you could say technically it broke out, but it could be a fake out. A parabolic pump could happen here and send it up to 62 and give me my monies. Right now, when we look at BOOKMAP, it's suggesting we still could go to 57.5. A lot of liquidity down there. Another day where I leave the channel and we're really not sure exactly what's going to happen. It's tough. What's going on? Yeah, I got to do my other thing too, though. My weekly Small prayer for my wife. I think she's in a wheelchair after a drunk driver hit us. I'm so sorry to hear that, man. My wife and I, she's in a wheelchair. I'm so sorry to hear that, man. That's not right. That guy should never have been driving drunk. I'm sorry to hear that. Small prayer. Trump just said Iran shot our drones and broke our ceasefire 5 minutes ago. True Social, where are we seeing this? Let's take a look. True Social, 13 minutes. The Islamic Iran shot at least 4 one-way attack drones at ships transferring the Strait of Hormuz. One of the drones solidly hit the upper deck of a large and very expensive cargo. Damage was done, but the ship was able to proceed on its way. We knocked down 3 other drones. Obviously, the foolish violation of our ceasefire agreement. Why? Maybe it wasn't them. Maybe it's someone acting like them. You see what I'm saying? Like, ah, man. So we'll see. I mean, it's we're always at the brink of something going on here every single day. Look at this price action here. I'm bold to trade the 1 minute during all this on a Friday, but that looks parabolic. I'd say there's a 60% chance I win my trade. Fake out another sweep, then we pump Monday. Lifers goated. Let's go. We up. Are you enjoying the stream? Show your appreciation. If anything, Iran learned they can manipulate oil market with headlines easily and might just be trying to profit. 100%. Trump's weekend war may start again. Yeah, they start the war on the weekend every time, and then they stop it on Monday. It's so crazy. We're done. We're all. I said this before. It's the boy who cried war. You know what I mean? We're kind of all beat down by it now. We'll trade right through it at this point. It's really about rate hikes and inflation. That's all we want. Price of oil does have something to do with it, which does, you know what I mean? So you can see how they're manipulating the head. It's a Pinocchio, man. They're manipulating the headlines. Price of oil to inflation. Inflation to rate cuts and rate hikes. Into NASDAQ. Affecting Bitcoin, affecting their entire world market. It's just kind of insane. We can all feel it. We can all feel this kind of... We feel trapped by this same, and at the beginning it was fun because it was volatility and it was providing it. Now we're kind of sick of it. I don't know about you, but I am. It's getting old. It's getting tiring, right? Listening to you all work and journaling with your help, winning is inevitable. 100%. You will win if you believe in yourself. The boy who cried war, I know. It's also somehow a war and a peace at the same time, no matter if missiles are flying or not, based on how they framed it all. Yeah. Just be careful. I'm not truly ready to believe in this daily candle just yet here. Could be easily a fake out, you know, there's some ups and downs to this. Technically could be we come right back in here. Remember, there's a lot of liquidity on BOOKMAP at 57.5. So what we can do now is keep a level head and get through this without getting liquidated or losing all our funds. That's all that we can do now. All right. It's also somehow a war at peace. Yeah, exactly. West Texas 69, but oil price is still not falling. At least in Ohio. Bible told everyone about it. Rumors around. Also, brother, Bushel Positivity, need to join the Discord. Jump on in, man. I'd love to see you in there. It is. I agree with you. Yeah. 1 hour battling. You want to see the 1 hour dump first. You don't want to see it pump first. I said that. Right at 12 o'clock, we got pumps on the 4 hour and the 1 hour. Not what you want to be seeing. That's not a great sign. We need wicks, on a dump first in the first 5 to 10 minutes of that candle opening. My man says he's shorting to infinity. I mean, eventually you will get hit, but hey, just keep going. I mean, this looks descending triangles, I'm leaning short now, too, until for otherwise something changes. Got my stop loss in position to make at least $100, and we'll go from there. You don't ever dream for the win. You look for the defense. That's what I've learned. The win will come if you keep defending. Double top of the... I don't know about that. Yeah. Anyway, look out for my top-down analysis. I'm going to get it done right now. It's going to be a macro video about kind of what we see on the bigger time frames from gold to silver, oil, and all that fun stuff. So... look at the head and shoulder we see forming here. On the 1 minute now. Treachery, heavy volatility. They've been going after anyone with too much leverage. You got to bring the leverage down on days like today. You can't go as hard as you normally go. Unless you know exactly what you're doing. Look at the monthly on whatever you use. Like CoinGlass, you can really see what they're trying to do. I see setting up there at 71, 73. I get it. All looks perfect sometimes. Yeah. I've played all those games. And at the end of the day, I just look at the charts. But it can help if you know what you're doing and you do it over time. Yeah, there could be some inclinations to show you what's going down, for sure. Yeah, I mean, why not? It's information your brain's taking in, but it just depends. How much you use it, what do you do with it? Anyway, God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. I'll keep you updated inside the trading group. Some days I'm just going to kind of be trading less too. It's not as, it's about not getting wrecked throughout the summer. That's the key. All right. I love you all. God bless you. Thank you so much for your viewership and your time. I really appreciate it. We had an amazing show today. One of the best ever, seriously, for a Friday in the summer. Strong, strong, strong. So I appreciate you all. I thank each and every one of you for coming on in. And I can't wait to be here back tomorrow. 4 live streams again on the weekend. I don't know how we do it. But and I know how we got to Friday. Monday through Friday this is the fastest Monday through Friday I've ever seen in my life. So on the weekly goal, still up way over on his weekly goal. That's amazing, man. Yeah. If you look at the 5800, it's about to turn from yellow to red. So I think there's something, again, I don't know, but the ignorance of my own existence. There you go. You'll never, exactly. Great show. The vibe was just right. Thank you. God bless you all. I will see you all tomorrow. Be amazing. Be awesome. Keep pushing. And God bless you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Remember, the secret to success is getting started. Don't stop, man. You're going to get discouraged so many times. Trading almost kicked me and stopped me from doing it. And I'm so happy I never gave up. So God bless you all. Keep pushing. I'll see you tomorrow.
You better stop moving.